We're going to get you back on stage. Kelly, come on up. Conor, come on up. Andrew, get on up here. Everybody, valuing popular culture and creating an economy through NFTs. Let's give it up.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, you made it.
I made it.
And Guy made it too.
Hey, what's up?
Oh. And William did too. Right on, everybody.
Right on time. Can you believe it?
Mic check, mic check. Working.
Check, check. Oh, it is okay. Never mind.
Hey, everyone.
Hey. I'm so far away from the water. Can you pour me one? I'll just grab it. You're the best. Let's hope I don't knock it off. Test, test. Yeah.
We're on the clock. How's everyone doing? Good afternoon.
Hi, everybody. Nice to be there. So I guess we're going to moderate this panel with a little bit of improvisation, but maybe we can do a first table round to begin with. So hi, everybody. I'm William Bailey. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Bolero Music, a platform that turns music fans into partners.
Andrew Schiffman. I have over 20 years music industry experience, artist, label relations, music programming strategy at companies like MTV, at Vivo, at Universal Music Group. The last year and a half, I've been working in the Web3 space at Rally.io and recently Yellowheart, which is an NFT ticketing and collectible platform. Today I am here with Relic Tickets, consulting on NFT tickets.
Yeah, should I go? Yeah, let me go. Hi, guys. Thanks for coming today. My name is Guy Goldenberg. I'm the co-founder of Multi NFT. We released our first collection back in 2018. We started off as a gaming community, a hub of communities, a community of communities, you might say. Before it was cool. And nowadays we're mainly focused on proofs of concept for the metaverse as a event platform. We're running recurring events every single week with hundreds of people. So those numbers that you see on the daily active users on Decentraland, that's us. And last year we had the Metaverse Festival. It was pretty sick. And in 6 days we have another Metaverse Festival. Was very interesting. Last year was 50,000 users, over 60,000 minted items during the event. And this year we're bringing Ozzy Osbourne, Soulja Boy, some cool names. So definitely check it out. Come to Decentraland and help us raise those daily active users numbers. All right?
Dope. I want to come.
Definitely. Get you VIP.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kelly Pantaleoni. I'm with Dancing Seahorse. So we're a music NFT membership club similar to Soho House. We have a physical nightclub in Los Angeles on Hollywood Boulevard. We also have festival experiences coming up. We have suites at shows such as Bad Bunny that I went to. That was dope. Post Malone coming up in LA as well. Iggy Azalea is going to be at the club, so we offer very exclusive membership through our NFTs. And we're also coming out with a music NFT marketplace coming out soon.
My name's Conor McNicholas, 30 years in publishing and pop culture. I was editor of the New Musical Express, the NME, between 2002 and 2009. So if you hate the Kaiser Chiefs, that was my fault. And like most of us, I've been on the NFT journey over the last 18 months, founder of the B-Sides NFT collection, which we're pivoting to a comic book now and exploring animation off the back of it as well. So bsides.studio if you want to check it out. And just passionate about the intersection between pop culture and technology and how this new technology can start to unlock value for creators.
Beautiful. So do we have some questions prepared? Who's
Well,
nodding today?
we're kind of running this ourselves. We're just having a
I think the
conversation
key,
today.
we should probably start with what everybody feels optimistic about, and then we should maybe move on to some of the challenges that we can see. Do you want to start?
Yeah, I would love to. beautiful idea, right? So I guess there's a lot to be optimistic about. We're so early. Everyone is in this room. You should celebrate that you're part of this thing. I guess, you know, starting off, I didn't say this in my intro, but starting off as a musician, way before crypto, I used to tour with metal bands all over the world. And my partner was an electronic music artist and a booking agent. So for us, it's always been a struggle. This is a reoccurring theme in the music conversations here. It's been a struggle, you know, the whole confronting labels, your IP rights, all that stuff. It's been pretty hectic. And I wish we had this back then. So I think what I'm trying to say is the bottom line today is this new medium, NFTs, and in general, Web3 and the metaverse, like some people mentioned in a previous talk, that's a new medium for you guys to bring the creator economy to life. So more than just a concept and something that people talk about for hype and make some sold out NFTs, it's a place for us to actually engage directly with our users, you know, and we found that there is a high interest for brands to do this. So I think, again, just to say, everyone here in this room, you should be so happy that you're here early and let all of us make the mistakes for you, you know, build the stuff for you, and just bring your users, bring your community, and keep an open mind. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I guess we're basically the guinea pigs of Web3, aren't we?
We're here to fail for you guys. So you don't have to.
Well, what I'm optimistic about, and I'll tie it into our topic today of valuing popular culture too, is I really want to help support artists, as I come from the entertainment industry as well, and living in LA, I have a lot of musician friends who they'll make fractions of a cent on streaming platforms, and we want to help champion, you know, musicians to actually make a proper living, and entertainers in general make a proper living out of their music like they haven't been able to before. So with our marketplace, they're able to do that. We're also going to be onboarding a lot more people into this space, which I'm excited about, through physical activations like at the festivals, in our club, and concerts. That will be a really good practical utility that are coming with NFTs that are onboarding people, because right now I feel like we're speaking in echo chambers a lot because we're all very passionate about it, but we have to onboard the civilians too. So I'm excited about that, and the fact that we actually have a real utility, not just community, which ended up just being Discord, which for most of the collections I personally invested in. So yeah, I'm excited about what we're coming out with, more practical tools, more practical utility, and helping support musicians so they can actually make a living from their music and not have to be, you know, 5 other side gigs like a lot of my entertainment friends have to do in LA. And valuing popular culture, I just want to tie it into this topic as well. What I'm excited about bringing people on is we're giving people access that haven't had that before, which is really exciting. So I come from a very small country town in the outback of Australia. I had no access to anything, not even like a movie theater where I'm from. So the fact that we can actually connect with people all around the world, it doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't matter what community you come from, how far out you are, as long as you have the internet or have access to the internet, you can be part of these real life communities. And we're giving people access to very exclusive events, concerts, festivals, and backstage and meet and greets with different artists. We have a lot of musicians that are already holders of our NFT. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm optimistic for the Web3 space with practical utility like this, because then we're actually going to be including the masses. It won't just be us talking in these Twitter spaces like I spend 24/7, like Violet has mentioned before. Like, we are very passionate about it, but I'm optimistic about how we're going to be onboarding most people.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to bounce back on what you just said. The thing is, and I think we get closer to the topic, which is popular culture. I don't know how you feel, guys, but I'm really excited by the bear market. Fucking really excited, because you know, people are not driven by speculation now. They are driven by fundamental, by real value. And I think it's the best moment, it's the right timing for regular music artists to jump in the space and to attract regular users. Because sometimes, you know, when you are in the middle of a bubble, music fans can get frightened because they feel like, maybe it's just a cash grab, maybe the artist is not genuinely providing this new experience. So I think it's the right timing to leverage popular culture to invite new users to join this experience. And what we are trying to do here, and with my company Bolero, we're trying to really focus on regular users, on Web2 people. And we are trying to distribute the cheapest assets possible. Like you can jump in the experience starting from $4. So it's not, there's a lot of friction. And I think that if you find a way to leverage your music universe, your artistic direction, and if you provide something accessible, you will find music fans joining Web3 now. And thanks to the Web3 Maxi, thanks to this whole community, which is awesome, by the way, I think it was a nice way to propel the movement. But now, if we want to reach new milestones, if we want to do mass adoption, we need to find solutions. So these are my 2 cents. I think it gets through accessibility, cheap assets, but with high volumes. But I'd love to hear what you guys think about this.
No, I definitely agree. I think, price of NFTs are right where they should be. And I think it's, when you think about popular culture, it's about really bringing this to the mainstream and almost masking the Web3 application in a Web2 world, because that's where we are today. We're not 5 years ahead. So I think, platforms are doing a smart job. In the ticketing space, I think you need to mask the Web3, make things really familiar. And, the ones that are going to win is when the fans and the community are interacting with NFTs or digital collectibles, without even knowing it. We're still going to be using the Web2 platforms today. I think Spotify, you should use it, whether you're getting paid on royalties or not. It's a great marketing tool. Make playlists, add them to your profiles, share them, Instagram, Twitter. That's all really valuable, and artists have built up a lot of fans on those platforms, so continue using them. But it's really, valuing popular culture to me is really just, making it the mainstream, and it's exciting where we are now.
Can I jump on just on what Andrew said there? You asked us about what we feel is positive, and I like what you said. And just to narrow it down, it feels like a lot of the infrastructure is there already. The hard lifting, a lot of the heavy lifting has been done by the gaming industry for metaverse events and stuff, which is our main deal at least. So I'm really positive about the technology and the fact that we already have Rails. So we just need to bring top artists and real experiences with utility for mainstream adoption. And that's where
I agree. I mean, what excited me about this area is that opportunity to completely rethink the monetization model. And I think you're right. All of the tools are there, and I think we can. I feel it's an inevitability now that there will be a parallel industry, particularly within music, but within other industries as well, that will fundamentally challenge those paradigms of the established setup. And just kind of dialing it back a little bit, what's the problem that we're solving here? The problem that we're solving is that so many of the remuneration and the monetization systems that we have that underpin popular culture, they've been inherited from the 20th century, right? And they were developed in the post-war period, and they were developed to serve a world of analog product. It was literally pressing, bits of plastic and shifting them around shops, and, there were people with written ledgers that would write down how much you got, and eventually you get a check through the post, right? Which would happen 18 months, 2 years later. What's criminal, I think, at the moment is that all of that friction in the system has been kept for a lot of creators. It'll still be a year, 18 months for you to get the money from, when you've performed or when your track has been used. And yet, actually, a lot of the remuneration is happening, on Web2 platforms, for the rights holders, at a label level, right? So the experience of the creator hasn't moved on, and there's been this massive centralization of power, and the opportunity to say, actually, there's got to be a completely different way to handle this. That feels really exciting to me. And I do believe, you know, a lot of the tools are out there, but the challenges are so fundamental still. You know, what we don't have is a blockchain for music. We have multiple blockchains, multiple formats of what can go on there. You know, a lot of even the OpenSea protocols, the metadata is not optimized to handle the kind of information that you'd need for music. And I think what you're seeing now is people really digging down to actually solve all the nitty-gritty. It's the boring stuff, right? Yeah. But the boring stuff is going to underpin the freedom for creators. You know, if your track is blown up in Ibiza in clubs, you should have money arriving in your wallet in real time as it's tracking that happening, right? There's no reason why that shouldn't be happening.
Just something about the rails and about what you're saying. I think we still have to build the trains, because popular culture means global adoption, means it's easy to consume, because at the end of the day, like, music fans are music consumers. And today, each artist is trying to build his or her own train. It doesn't work like that, you know. As a music fan, I want to have one place where I'll go and I can find all the artists that I love to listen, you know.
But how do we do that without creating new centralized models? That's the thing. You know, you can imagine that, you know, but the spirit of Web3 is supposed to be decentralized.
This is why the new models that you can create should be owned by the community. Because there's a real friction between, you know, decentralization and UX. And like we've talked with, I don't know, maybe 500, 600 artists last year with Bolero, and there are maybe, I don't know, 5% or 10% who are really willing to dig in the tech, understand how they can, you know, create their own platform. But what should do the 80, 90% last, you know? And what do you think, guys, about this?
I like what William said. There's a bunch of these new businesses, and this is a business model now sprouting up in the industry, being an agency, making this whole thing easier for people, you know? So artists and any brand, really, they don't want to deep dive and like rethink their entire organization now, and they have what to lose already, right? They have fan base, or they have a revenue, and it's already an existing machine that's working. So for them to take the risk, they need some agency, somebody who will partner with them, someone from this venue hall probably, you know, to show them the way, make it easier for them so they don't have to adopt the tech, they just do their thing. So artists focused on the art. Venue masters and event production people focus on the events, right? And that's the way it should be. So I like what the people before us said. The previous conversation was really, really interesting, because they mentioned a lot of the moving components of the music industry that are still the same and will remain the same. But I also agree with you that a lot of this is going to shift the moment that the infrastructure becomes so much in the background that you don't even know that you're using whatever blockchain or whatever it is. You just go as a user to your experience the same way that you do today.
We've got just a couple of minutes.
Sure.
Kelly, do you want to go?
Yes, thank you for letting me speak.
Sorry, Kelly.
No, that's okay. Something you said before about the economy, tying it back to the other topic of our conversation about creating a new economy, I think it's important to think about ticketing, and I know, Andrew, you come from that as well. We talked about it last night a little bit. Having NFTs as tickets, I think, is going to revolutionize the music industry, because it's putting the power back in the customers' hands, and our customers are now becoming our community, and we're keeping them for much longer by having them as a holder of an NFT, because they feel personally connected to the brand, the festival, the concert, the club, whatever it is, the musician. And we're giving them so much. We're creating a new economy because we're giving them the power to, if they want to eventually sell their ticket, their NFT, they can do that as well. So we're empowering them, and I'm very much, fuck the system, I hope I could say that. So seriously, I hate that. Not a big fan of the system. So when we're giving the power back to the people, we're making it, we're valuing them, we're valuing our fans, we're not valuing the big corporations that for so long have had a grip, and nobody is benefiting from that. It's unsustainable. It's like single-use plastics. It's like you're throwing it away and it's ruining the planet. So why not give people something sustainable that they can hold and eventually make a profit out of it? So that's something I'm really excited that we're doing too. When you hold the NFT, it is your pass to our club, to the concerts, to the festival experiences, to any show that we have. You're getting backstage access. You're getting a lot more than just going to, a one-off thing, having a ticket that you'll never be able to use again.
Yeah, a friend of mine described it as the digital shoebox. You know, the shoebox for the ticket stubs from the 90s, and you're like, mud honey at this gig, and it's like you've got them all piled up. You know, having that digitally in a wallet would be amazing. Andrew, you mentioned the challenge on ticketing and adoption. I really like what you were saying about the invisibility of NFTs. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, when we think about Web3, it's in our human DNA to connect with other humans, right? Community is there. Technology, it's always evolving. That's the evolution of technology, right? So it's inevitable that we are where we are today. Some people are just, I think, too smart creating some crazy things that the mainstream isn't necessarily ready for. So almost creating something accessible by the mainstream, masking it and letting people just, have a better experience. I think, what Kelly's doing is amazing. You're thinking about the user experience, and you're just making things, better and fun, and, you have extra utility and benefits that come along with owning this NFT. So it's really down to, what the creator is willing to create and give us those benefits. Don't overpromise and underdeliver when you're thinking about what comes with your NFT, and know your fan base and audience, I think, is key to make this a success.
Yeah, and it is all about those outputs, right? It isn't about NFTs. And I think, collectively as an industry and a community, we've done a terrible job of branding NFTs. It's literally, you go out into the real world, I'm sure you all know, and you talk about NFTs and you watch people glaze over or switch off or argue against you. NFTs in inverted commas are not going to be adopted. We know that. But in the same way that, if you said to anybody on the street, do you want to engage, do you want to use some HTML? They would go, I don't even know what you're talking about. What do you want?
Exactly.
NFTs are the new HTML. This word will disappear into the background. What people will buy into are experiences, right? And I was at a conference in Barcelona the other day, and again, a kind of a big European festival promoter was talking about how they had a major push over the summer to make, to offer digital ticketing experiences, in inverted commas, all using NFT technology. And at the end of that journey, the user would have a crypto wallet and they would have an NFT in it. And at no point did they know they were engaging with blockchain technology, because they're not interested. What they are interested in is the digital, the digital live experience.
And we're already seeing the term NFTs being replaced with digital collectibles. So I already see it being rebranded a little bit, because we only have 10 minutes, I wish we had 10 minutes, because we only have 2 minutes left. How about we do like a little quick power round of what's the alpha? What do we have coming up that we're excited about, we want to share?
Yeah, sure. I'll go first. So, like I mentioned earlier, we have the Metaverse Festival coming up next week, and this is a great proof that this thing has merit. People actually show up, and they don't need to know blockchain. Well, if they want to win an NFT, if they want a party to earn in one of our events or in the Metaverse Festival, they need to have a wallet connected. They still have some friction there. But what I like about Decentraland is that you can just continue as a guest. So, we make our regular marketing, and artists, they make their regular whatever it is that they do on social media and everywhere else, and they just add the link. So now they have this new way, which has zero boundaries. It doesn't matter where you're from the world, like you said, and you can just connect wallet or continue as a guest and be part of this huge event that if you're from Somalia or whatever, for sure you will not fly to see Ozzy Osbourne and Soulja Boy playing in the US.
Or you might.
All right. Andrew?
Yeah, so I'm focused on client activation at Relic Tickets. We're going to have a couple monster accounts thrown on my lap shortly, both serving the Web3 community and Web2 sports world. So just look out for that. Personally, I'll have some other big things in the music space as well. But I'm looking forward to connecting with everyone. I'm on all social Web2 platforms to connect.
Oh, I'll keep it super brief because I feel so pressured now. We have 8 seconds. So check out dancingseahorse.com. I'm very excited. We have the Post Malone show coming up in LA that we're going to have a suite at. We have Iggy Azalea at our club in Hollywood, so NFT holders get access to both of those. We also have a lounge in the club, so the nightclub itself is only going to be open. We're going to have 1 show a month, and for the rest of the time, it's going to be a crypto lounge, so it'll be more networking, presentations, a great place to just hang out with our other DJs in LA. If you're in LA, come find me. I'll hook you up. And yeah, if you want to join, just come find me as well. I'll give you guys the QR code to get more info.
Just in a few words, I'll be happy to chat with any one of you if you'd like to know more about Bolero, but just if there are artists in the room, guys, you gotta be feisty. You know, music is all about emotions, and there's nothing more powerful to have emotions attached to ownership. So just enjoy this period of time and try to leverage it.
I'm launching a comic book. I never thought I'd say that, but we're doing comic book first, character collection afterwards, bsides.studio. All of the IP in our world is up there, and there's more to come on that website soon. Cool. I think we are out of time. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for coming, everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Speak soon.
See you.